I'm Greg Owen, motorcyclist and lawyer. I've been riding, racing, building, and collecting motorcycles for the past 40 years. During my time as a professional motocross racer in the 70s, I decided to give up my racing career and become a lawyer. I did that to help other riders who had nowhere else to turn. Over the course of my 30-year career, I've represented hundreds of injured clients and resolved their cases for more than $900 million. My goal is to tell the history of motorcycling in America, one bike and one rider at a time. Rick, you say it's a CVO. How does that make it different from the other Harleys, the other 5,000 Harleys that are sitting here in this line?
Well, they basically produce about, they only produce like 200 bikes a year in the CVO, which is Harley's edition of custom vehicle operations. These bikes are limited production. They come in limited colors. They're built by the CVO team, which is kind of like if you relate it to a Shelby edition of a Ford.
Right.
It's basically the same kind of thing. It goes to a special division of Harley, and they actually hand build the bikes.
You know, a motorcycle like this, a beautiful bike like this, has got to cost $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, and then some.
Well, here's the deal. This is going to go around the world, and there are people in other countries that perhaps have never seen a CVO, and I hate to ask, but they're going to want to know, what do they charge for this?
Well, these bikes, they actually go to premium. So the bike itself, I think, is about $35. Actually, it's a little less than that. It's about $34. But I was lucky enough that I'd been on a list for a while to get one, and I got this one for $1,500 over what the actual sticker price is. So roughly, I can't remember, but I think it was about 36 grand.
You know, we're in the wrong business when you can bring something in and sell it above retail in a recession. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, it's the new wave in limited production vehicles. I have a couple of automobiles that are the same way. And if you want to get your hands on something that's as limited as one of these, or as special as an item like that, you got to pay a premium.
Rick, I'm looking at this bike and it seems to have custom features from the back to the front. Could you tell us about some of them? Sure,
yeah. I mean, the CVO version has a built-in integrated stereo system, 400 amp stereo system. It's got 8-speaker Harman Kardon sound. It's got a built-in iPod deck in the bags, so it's hardwired in. It charges and plays. You control it from up at the finger controls. It's got LED lighting in the rear. It's got the extended bags. It's got the fat back tire kit.
When you say that it has LED lights, is this what we're talking about here?
Yeah, these are the LED lights here.
Now, are they like running lights? Are they on all the time?
Correct. Yeah, they're on all the time, and that's your brake and your blinker as well. So it's just that thing just pops out, and it's the only lighting that you see at the back, and you can see it's recessed into the fender, so it looks like it just disappears. It's nice.
Did the motorcycle come with a backrest?
Yeah, this is stock. In fact, I ordered from CVO what they call a chopped trunk, which is basically just a condensed version of a standard trunk. But they actually it goes back to CVO. They paint it exactly to match your bike, and then so it takes about a month and a half to even get that.
You know what? That's what was missing. I'm looking at this bike, I'm thinking, something's different. It's low and it's sleek. It doesn't have that big luggage in the back, does it?
Exactly, yeah. So these have extended bags, and those are stock. If you can get any of the trunk versions that if you choose, if you get one. But the nice thing about this bike too that's featured is the paint scheme. This bike comes stock with the pinstriping. Comes with the dual two-tone paint. This bike they call Ruby Red and Typhoon Maroon. It comes with the Ghost Flames already integrated into the paint scheme, and it's all stock and done specifically at CVO.
You know, Rick, what strikes me is not that many years ago, if you wanted to buy a bike like this with this incredible paint, the beautiful chrome, I mean, really the way it's put together, you had to go to a custom builder and pay $50,000, $75,000. This is actually out of the factory. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, it is, and that's the unique thing about this. We were just looking at a bike down the road. As you continue on, you'll see there's a bike that's almost emulated this, but I bet you the guy's got 30 grand plus the cost of his bike. I mean, sure. It's a beautiful bike, but it's very similar. But yeah, the nice thing about this is a factory built situation, and it's completely under warranty. It's completely under Harley's discretion as to how it's built and all that stuff. So the performance is all there, and again, you have the warranty from it. So it's kind of nice. The difference is if you buy a bike and then try and recreate this, you've modified the bike so much that there's no warranty provisions left and what have you. So, and again, this bike will hold a far greater resale in the future just because it's a production factory bike versus somebody that went out and recreated.
In thinking about motorcycling, there's something else that I think is important here, and that is on the standard motor Harleys, it seems to me most of the guys get the bike, they pull off the stock exhaust, they put in a chip, they take off the catalytic converter, which is great, except that it now violates all the federal emissions laws.
Correct.
And once we start getting checked every year, they're going to have a big problem. This particular motorcycle, I'm told, just really goes fast, has plenty of horsepower, and you don't have to do anything. Is that true?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, some guys, and in fact, I will in the near future here. I'm going to change the exhaust just because the exhaust is a little quiet for my that's just my personal choice and taste. But it does have extended exhaust tips, and you can see they're nice in diameter, so they look very nice. But the sound itself is pretty relatively calm. But yeah, exactly. This bike just comes standard with just unlimited speed and horsepower. So it's a right now it's the fastest production Harley bike you can basically buy, production wise. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay, Rick, again, I'm going to thank you.
Yeah.
Really, you've been very informative, and
Thank you so much.
it looks like you love the sport as much as I do.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
take care.